Hi everybody, and it's Saltash Maths Tutor, and this is another of the revision videos for quadratic equations, and this one is going to be focusing on factorising a quadratic. Just a quick reminder, I think I'm going to leave this as a theme through all of them. Just a quick reminder of what a quadratic is. It's any expression which is raised to the power of 2. I think that's probably the best way to leave it. Let's give another example: y squared plus 2y, or x squared plus 4x plus 6. The key thing to note on this is there's the term raised to 2, there's the term raised to the power of 2, there's the term raised to the power of 2. And because I keep saying term to the power of 2, but because you've got something which is squared, it means that it has to have two solutions, and that's basically a great example of that would be what's the square root of 16? Well, it's plus or minus 4. There's the two solutions. So that's what a quadratic is: anything that has got a term that's raised to the power of 2. Okay, so one of the ways of factorising a quadratic equation, sometimes you can see it. If you're good enough, sometimes you can see it. If not, what we need to do is we need to look at two numbers which, when added together, so two numbers which when added together equal A, that's the A there, and the same two numbers which when multiplied together equal B. And that's basically it. That's how you factorise it, and then you put it into brackets. So let's look at that as an example. So I've just picked a random quadratic here, and so we're going to apply that procedure. So if you remember, it's of the general form x squared plus ax plus b, and I had to find two numbers that when I added them together they equaled A, which in this case is going to be 6, those two there, and I have to have the same two numbers which when multiplied together equal 9, which is that number there, 9. So, and hopefully you're fairly quickly seeing that that could be, if we use 3 and 3, 3 plus 3 is 9, and 3 times 3, I'm talking rubbish, everybody. It's 3 plus 3 equals 6, even. Too much coffee, kids. Hey, stay away from the coffee, kids. And 3 times 3, which equals 9. So, what do we do now? Well, all we do now is this. I just open up some brackets. I put an x in the front, and here was one of the numbers I found. They just so happen that they're both 3s. I'm going to give another example in a second when they're not 3s. But all I do with that is I put plus 3 in there and plus 3 in there. Okay. Now, if I needed to, I could then just double check that I've got that right, and it's easy to do. If you remember the whole foil or lobster claw, however you want to do it, expand those brackets. X times x gives me x squared, so that's right. X times 3 is 3x. Just remember 3x. 3 times x is 3x. That's 2 lots of 3x, which is 6x. And then I've got 3 times 3, which equals 9. So it does work. Now I've scooted through that, everybody, because that's not the purpose of this video. It's about how to do this factorisation. Okay, let's show another example. So for this one, we've got, I'm just going to move that over there slightly. Let's just put down the general formula again for this, which is x squared minus ax. So it's not minus, it's plus, plus b. So I've got to find two numbers that when multiplied together equal a, forgive me everybody, forgive me, plus, which equals a, and two numbers which are when they're times together equals b. Okay, so the important thing first off is to know what numbers I'm looking for. So if I make a quick comparison with the numbers, I've got my a there. Well, what does that equal? Well, remember, if it's minus x, it's sort of saying that there's a 1 in front of there. So in this case, a equals minus 1. And I look here and b equals minus 2. Okay, what do you reckon? Well, it might need a little bit of playing around with, and you can have a bit of a play around with it, but let's do some trying here and see what we get. So I need minus 1. So how about if I have plus 1 plus minus 2. Let's just write that more neatly. Just put those in brackets to make it easier. Does that equal minus 1? Yes, it does. So that bit's right. But times multiplied together, 1 multiplied by minus 2. Yep, that equals minus 2. That minus 2 there is the b there. So that works as well. So what I've got is one of my numbers is 1 and one of my numbers is minus 2, and then I can put those straight into brackets. And we will just change colour, and that is x. Put the x's in there, and then I've got plus 1, that's one of the numbers that I hooked out, and minus 2. And that's it. And again, if I wanted to, just clean this down, I could double check, and if you've got time in the exam, and that's a key thing everybody, then do it. Just double check it. It makes sure you've got your pluses and your minuses the right way around. Well, x times x is x squared, x times minus 2 is minus 2x, 1 times x is plus x, and 1 times minus 2 is minus 2. Tidying that up is x squared minus x minus 2. Yep, that's the same, so I've got that right. Now another point here is sometimes you'll see a formula. So here is the general form, x squared plus ax plus b. So that could be something like x squared plus 6x plus 9. Sometimes though you see something different. So it's sort of the same principle as what we've done before, but now we're having to take into account the fact we've got a 3 there. And in many ways you've just got to have a look at it, apply the principles that I just showed you. In fact, the answer to this would be 3x minus 1 x plus 2. This is reasonably complicated. If you have a choice, I'd probably, if I couldn't see it straight away, go for the quadratic equation, which I'm going to show you in another video. Okay everybody, that has been Saltash Math Tutor, and a very quick canter through how to factorise an equation, finding that number plus a number, which is then the same number times the same number, and showing you how to break down the quadratic equation. Any questions or help you need, then give me a shout, make a comment, and I'll try and help. Okay, thanks very much.